The Chattahoochee Brick Company was a company founded in 1885 by a former Atlanta mayor, James English. His company exclusively used convict labor. After the Civil War, 3 amendments were passed: the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments. The 13th Amendment is what legally freed all enslaved peoples in the United States. The 14th Amendment made formerly enslaved peoples citizens of the country. And the 15th Amendment gave the right to vote to formerly enslaved Black men. Only one of those amendments had what I would call a loophole, had a clause, a caveat, if you will. And the 13th Amendment said that slavery would no longer exist in the United States unless a person was convicted of a crime. It was that clause, that loophole, that would usher in a system of convict leasing. Laws were created that would often ensnare Black men and even Black boys, sometimes Black women, in so-called crimes, and would then make them subject to incarceration. James English was originally from the New Orleans area. He came to Atlanta shortly after the end of the Civil War, and he made his home here. And it was during his tenure as police commissioner for the city of Atlanta that he created the Chattahoochee Brick Company. The system was so horrendous that just a few decades later, the state of Georgia outlawed convict leasing. They did so in 1908, and the system was officially abolished the following year on April 1st of 1909. The Chattahoochee Brick Company would go on to exist. It would transition from convict labor to paid labor and would last well into the 20th century, into the 1960s, until finally in 2022 being acquired by the city of Atlanta. The bricks made at the Chattahoochee Brick Company site were used extensively throughout the rebuilding of Atlanta after the Civil War, in all kinds of ways, to pave streets, to line sewers, to build homes and other buildings. And so the city of Atlanta was one of the Chattahoochee Brick Company's premier customers, if you will. And so it's not lost on any of us here at the city of the irony that we now own the property and that we are now tasked not only with telling the site's history, but we're also tasked with helping to hopefully heal our community, heal the memory of those who would die on the site, and to figure out a way to hopefully use the site as a catalyst for education and to create goodwill in the city of Atlanta